Hello there. I'm back at my desk, not in a crazy kitchen anymore. Oh man, that effect was surprisingly strong. Like, I couldn't believe how dizzy I felt being in there. Um, so today, I want to talk about what you can deduct on your taxes, unrelated to what we did yesterday. Um, but we're coming into tax season. We're just about at the end of January, which means, well, I guess we are at the end of January. And that means that your T4s and other kinds of T-slips are going to be coming out in about a month or so. And so we're getting right into tax season. I get a lot of questions about what you can deduct on your taxes, especially for small business owners. So let's talk about it. The general guidance as the CRA gives us is that any reasonable expense required to operate the business, and sometimes that's a little bit ambiguous, but generally speaking, we are talking about things like if you go to work at a coffee shop, then you could deduct the coffee or the muffin or whatever you had there while you were working. If you use your car for work, you can deduct the gas and maintenance, insurance. If you pay interest on it because you're making payments or lease payments, you can deduct a portion of those based on how much you drive for work versus how much you drive for personal. So say, for easy math, that you only drive 100 kilometers in the whole year and 10 of those kilometers were for work, then you could deduct 10% of all of the expenses that you had for your vehicle. That's a similar method as with the use of home. So if you work at home, you can deduct a little piece of your house. It's whatever the square footage of your office is as a percentage of the total square footage of your house. So if your whole house is 100 square feet and your office is 10 square feet, then you can deduct 10% of your house expenses. So home expenses are things like mortgage interest if you own your house, property taxes. If you don't own your home, then rent. Utilities, so like hydro and gas and water, and any maintenance and repairs to the house. If you do a renovation to the office specifically and you renovate it to be an office, then those, depending on how much they are 100% deductible, which is great. If they're huge expenses, you spent like a bunch of money trying to renovate this office, then you might not be able to deduct them all in 1 year. You might have to capitalize those and depreciate them, which means just to take a little piece of the expense over a number of years. But those are they can still impact your taxes, so keep your receipts for all that stuff. Some other things like pencils, pens, general office supplies you might have. If you buy a computer, keep that receipt. If it was more than about $500, it's my general minimum, then it should be capitalized, like we talked about just now with the renovation of the office. That computer should be capitalized, and then you can expense a little piece of it over a few years, but definitely keep the receipt. If you require any kind of specialty equipment, definitely keep receipts for those. If you go to a course, like if you're training on how to be better at whatever it is that you do, so if I'm a toy dinosaur maker and I go to a course that shows me how to like paint these super sweet, oh, it's not that, it's kind of blurry, there we go, super sweet dinos, I can definitely deduct that. Or if I go to a business course and I learn how to do some marketing so I can sell more little painted dinos, then that's definitely deductible as well. Marketing, if you pay an accountant or a lawyer or anything like that, if you have dues to a governing body, so I'm a CPA and I have to pay dues to CPA Ontario and CPA Canada every year, those go on my taxes, I can deduct those. Union dues are a little bit different. They go on your taxes as a sole proprietor. They just go somewhere else. Yeah, anything that is connected to the company in some way, you can usually deduct it, or at least a piece of it. Your phone, that's another one. Sometimes it's only a percentage, but something's better than nothing. If you have any questions about what you can deduct, I would love to chat with you about it. You can either leave them in the comments, wherever the comments are. You can either leave it in the comments for me and I will answer them right there, or you can book a free 30 minutes with me. I've put the link to my booking calendar in the description of the video. Happy gathering tax information. I actually enjoy tax season. I know that's super weird, but I enjoy it. Anyways, on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.